Skincare was released in 2024. This is directed by Austin Peters. It's written by Sam Freilich, Regan, and Austin Peters, and we have a cast including Elizabeth Banks as Hope. And in general, I guess this is okay. There's a nice amount of suspense for it. There are some moments that are a little dramatic, but it's not strong enough to be a thriller. It is marketed as a thriller, at least Wikipedia and IMDb both listed as a thriller. I'd say it's a very tame thriller. IMDb also lists it as a dark comedy, and I'm not really seeing that aspect of it. So the genre is maybe a little bit weak, but that alone is not necessarily a bad thing. A film doesn't necessarily have to strongly fit into any one genre. The narrative it's fine. I guess it's a nice mystery. Hope is launching a new part of her skincare business, and it just so happens that a new rival skincare boutique has opened across the street. And then things begin to happen that seem to be sabotaging Hope's business, Hope's reputation. Who could possibly be doing this? Obviously, I'm not going to say. I wasn't really that invested in finding out. I was a little bit curious, but I wasn't throughout the film. I wasn't desperate to know who was doing this. I was a little curious to see what the aftermath would be and whether Hope's reputation would be destroyed or if it was salvageable. That part of it I thought was interesting. Hope as a character is tremendously dull. And because she's really quite bland, the performance is fine, but the character is very bland. And that means I wasn't really emotionally invested in her journey. I don't want to say I didn't care what happened to her, but because I didn't find her to be that interesting, I wasn't desperate for everything to work out in her favour. So for me, there just wasn't a lot in this that was particularly enjoyable. Everything's fine. There's nothing about it that I'd say is badly done, but I definitely don't think it's a particularly interesting film either. It's not thrilling enough to be a thriller. As I said, IMDb lists it as a dark comedy, and I don't see that. Some people might, depending on your humour style. Comedy is very subjective, of course, but that for me didn't work very well. So I guess it's a pretty average film with a narrative that works well and is moderately interesting, but definitely isn't really that fascinating. Hope as a character is not, I wouldn't say she's unlikable. I just found her to be really boring, and I wasn't really that bothered about what happened to her. As a mystery, I guess it's okay, but in general, I'd say it's a pretty average film, and sometimes average is okay. We're not always in the mood for something really thrilling and gripping that takes up a lot of energy to watch. It is quite an easy watch, so it's fine. It's nothing special, but if you're curious, if there's anything about this that makes you think it's worth watching, whether it's the narrative or somebody in the cast, then I'd say, yeah, maybe give it a go. It's certainly watchable. It's not that exciting, but I guess at the end of it, Skincare is an okay film.